feel...
I'm done here. Should I do this now? Out of order. Want me to do this instead? My module is out of order. Want me to do this instead?
It feels good to help out, doesn't it?
I'm done here. Want me to take care of this now? My workplace is damaged. Should I work on this while you're scheduling repairs?
Feel, huh? Helping out the guy who knocked you senseless.
on this while you're scheduling repairs? I'm done here. Want me to take care of this now? I'm done here. Want me to take care of this now?
It feels good to help out, doesn't it? Feels good to help out, doesn't it?
Disable evacuation functionality. Shortages are detected. The evacuation.
See how much you can achieve with just a little bit of planning?
Hey man, pay me a visit, okay? I want to talk.
Hello, John. Something on your mind? I heard about the miner's problems, and that you've been trying to solve them by sending him to the contemplation room. Word travels fast. Yeah. Well, I just wanted to say that self-therapy is great, but professional therapy is better. So, if you'd like me to step in, I'm here for you. And him. Which means you anyway. I can take over the process from now on. Great. Let's do it. And thanks for that. Just beware. The miner's a tough customer. Don't worry. So am I. Hey, I found this thing that I took on the mission, and I thought that maybe it could mean something to you too. Now would you look at that? My lucky keychain. Yeah, I always have it on me, I guess. Really? Bring back good memories for you too? It does, sure. But I thought you'd like to have it. Why? Because Adam's dad was a therapist? Huh. Figures. Thank you. Time to summon the rescue team. But they can't find out about my altars. What the hell should I do? I wish the technician were here. He'd probably have something to say. Maybe he'd say that I should stop coming to him with every problem. You got us in this mess, Jan. Figure it out for yourself. It's a simple task. Think. You're supposed to be the one who can do it. I need to think with my heart. Damn. I'm sounding like the botanist. I need to get my shit together. Oh, but then, maybe that's not such a bad idea. Let's see. The heart of this mission is Rapidium. Huh. That might actually be it. That's what the rescue team will care about most. If there's anything they're not taking off without, it's their precious cargo. Yeah. That's it. I'll have to find a way to use Rapidium to smuggle the altars back to Earth. The details are gonna need refining, but I'm sure the scientists can help me with that. For now, brainstorm over. Let's light up this beacon. What the hell is that? Ah, shit. Pretty sure this was not supposed to happen. Please. Can't anything be normal on this goddamn planet? So, I have some bad news and some even worse news.
Does that mean you finally talked to someone on Earth about us?
Well, sort of, yes. It looks like they want me to keep you a secret from the rescue team. Smuggle you on board.
Oh. And for what reason, if I may ask?
Maxwell thinks they might kill you. You're just too much of a liability to the corporation. I'm sorry. But, I'm not sure we need to worry about that just yet, because that was the less bad news. The worst news is, the rescue ship might end up not picking us up at all.
What?
I set up the beacon. Just as the light was going up in the air, suddenly something jammed it. As if there was, I don't know, an invisible barrier up in the sky.
Are you sure you activated the beacon correctly?
Want to go out there and try it yourself?
No need to get worked up, Jan. An invisible barrier in the sky is just as unexpected for me as it is for you.
Well, we need to do something about it. Otherwise, all our efforts will have been in vain, and we'll end up fried down here.
It's not just about the beacon. If light can't get out, then a ship won't get in either. Yes. Right. Let's stay cool. Give me a moment to study this thing. I was hoping you'd say that. I suppose in that case, the conversation about smuggling us on board should be postponed. I suggest we don't mention it to anyone just yet, so as not to cause unwanted agitation.
Right. One problem at a time, huh?
Yes. Let me research whatever this barrier is. First, you could use the time to look around the area, secure resources. We'll probably need them if we were to overcome yet another obstacle.
Lucas, good to hear you.
Jan, you're going home. Isn't that exciting? How are the preparations going?
How should I put it? Your enthusiasm may be a little premature.
Oh? What's the problem this time?
It's pretty serious. I might not make it back. There's a barrier in the sky. I'm gonna have to destroy it if I want the rescue ship to land.
Damn. You're so close.
Yeah, but see, I've been thinking. Do I want it to land?
What? What's that supposed to mean? Of course you do.
here's the thing. While my alters are worried they might not get back to Earth, I'm worried about what's gonna happen to them after they get back. Because I've learned some troubling things about Maxwell, Lucas. Are you aware that he wants to hijack the Rapidium for himself?
Maxwell has other allies now, a much more open-minded organization than Ally Corp. It's run by people who actually care about progress.
Tell me something. Do you believe everything Maxwell tells you?
What? What do you mean?
Lena. She recorded a message for me and she said she dug out some dirt about his patients losing their minds. Being unethically exploited.
Exploited?
If you could look me in the eye right now, would you swear that not a single person was mistreated in those experiments? Would you swear on your life, Lucas?
Well, there were some rumors at one point that a patient, that he was, well, a little unstable and he might have... But at his family's request, we buried his data. That's what Maxwell said.
So, it's true. Patient 313 really did exist.
What? I don't know what you're talking about. Look, we were working with mentally disturbed people. Accidents happen, but Maxwell was just trying to help them.
Lucas, this is about my alters' lives.
It's a little late for doubts now, Jan. You have no choice but to trust Maxwell. If the corporation finds out about your alters, they'll get rid of them. There's no other option.
Oh, it's easy to just wash your hands clean like that. Is that what you were doing in the days of Project Ela, too? Preferring not to see harm done to people so that you don't have to take responsibility.
I'm just a QC specialist.
Just a QC specialist? You're a professional who can make independent decisions. You don't have to listen to orders. Maxwell wants you to take control of the ship once it takes off. What if, assuming for a moment that I managed to get that rescue ship to land safely, what if I just asked you to defy him and send us somewhere else? Somewhere no one would find us.
What are you talking about, Jan? Hijacking a ship full of Rapidium? Are you crazy?
It's what you do anyway, isn't it? The question is, will you do it for Maxwell, or will you think for yourself?
Maxwell is doing great things. You and I, we're not worthy to tie his shoelaces. Maybe he's made some mistakes, but he's the only hope people like my folks have. And honestly, I think you care more about your alters than about the real reason you were sent on your mission, Rapidium. I thought you understood how important that was, but I don't think you were listening. You put your own problems, your own life at the center of your mission. I'm sorry, Jan. But when I take control of the ship, I'll steer it straight to wherever Maxwell tells me.
Hey, how did therapy go? Feel any better? Therapy? What therapy? We just had a beer, the shrink and I. Okay, so how was it?
Oh, he's got daddy issues, that's for sure.
The shrink?
Yeah. All he wanted to talk about was our father.
Really? He wanted to talk about Dad.
Well, it wasn't me. He reminded me that day he yelled at us for tearing up our soccer boots in front of the whole team.
I remember that.
Yeah. We had a good match that day. Our team won. We scored a goal. But all he ever saw were those fucking boots and how much he paid for them. That was humiliating as hell.
Yeah. All the other dads were proud, but trying to impress our father? Well,
Nothing was ever good enough. But that's the shrink's problem. I know I'm doing a good job here. That's enough for me, so just let me get back to it.
let's talk some more about Dad.
Jeez, not you as well. You want to talk about Dad? The shrink will be more than happy to serve you. Why don't you let me get back to my area of expertise? Being goddamn useful.
Okay? In that case, just carry on, soldier.
Aye, aye, Captain.
In the case of when the base is ready. Logging on.
I'm done here. Want me to take care of this now?
I'm really curious.
Come see me. I'd like to draw your attention to something. I'm done here. Should I do this now?
Did you manage to find out more about the barrier?
I'm afraid I don't have good news. For a moment, I was hoping we could redirect the ship to another area, but it seems that won't be possible. What we've called the barrier is, in fact, a strong force-filled layer of interlapping distortions, a sort of prism entanglement.
So it's yet another anomaly. Okay, we have ways to deal with them, right? Do you know where it stems from?
You see, that's the problem. It seems to be everywhere, covering the entire surface like a dome or a layer of the atmosphere.
Wait, what? No, but are you trying to tell me it was here when I landed?
It must have been here the whole time, looming above us, invisible to the human eye. Fascinating. So was it the cause of your ship's malfunction? It could have been, yes.
Damn, that's incredible. It almost sounds like the planet wanted all this to happen. Me landing here, all on my own. Oh, it makes my head spin.
Planets are inanimate objects, Jan. They don't want things. You may have been saved by the QC prediction system, but thinking of all this as some kind of intricate plan would be arrogant even for my standards. I believe the nature of this gigantic prism distortion needs to be studied more.
But how? We can't fly.
Right. But we've made fragmentary observations on the surface, and I think we can still learn more. I've located 3 areas with particularly strong interference characteristics that match the electromagnetic fluctuations typical for this kind of distortion. They should be marked on your map. I want you to take a closer look at them and bring me more data.
Definitely something unusual here. Like a giant horizontal branch reaching somewhere. Good. Let me analyze the data properly. kind of root system. I'm getting some quite extraordinary readings from there. I've got a sort of trunk-like structure growing upward. Upward, you say? Yes. I think I know how we could use that information. I think I'm starting to see something here. I know what you mean. They seem connected. Come back to the base and we'll talk more. Come and find me when you have a moment.
So, what do you make of the data we collected? Interesting. Very interesting. The three fragments of the integral apparently form a single structure. Right. Yeah, it almost looked like it could be part of a gigantic tree of some sort. A huge vertical framework on a proximity plane. It could be our way up. A way up? How do you mean? For what? Reaching the barrier and destroying it. But I don't understand. It's not even there, physically. And that is exactly the issue we will have to solve. What would you say if I told you we should look for a way to materialize that structure? A way to materialize the integral? Knowing you, I'm pretty sure you already have one. Of course I don't. It's not that simple, Jan. But I do have an initial plan. Based on all the data we've collected so far, I think I came up with a way to disintegrate this barrier. Fragmentize the prism entanglement. But it can't be done from down here. You're going to have to reach for the sky, and that structure seems to be the best way to get there. But is that even possible? To make it physically accessible? What if I told you Professor Frankov believed it was possible? Really? Tell me more. You see, Frankov devised a theoretical experiment in which he proved that if an electromagnetic field was powerful enough, it could pull a proximity plane closer to us. The force field would have to be extremely strong and the object no larger than a grain of sand. But according to his calculations, it could physically materialize.
Well, we're gonna need more than a grain of sand.
Don't forget, we have something that Frankov didn't. Rubidium.
Oh. That's... bold.
Bold, dangerous, and necessary.
So you really think you can do it?
I know it sounds impossible, but if we pull this off, there's so much more to gain than just our survival.
A scientific breakthrough.
And we can play a leading role in it.
What do you want me to do?
The fragmenting device I told you about, I've drawn up a raw design for you to start building it. And I'll set to work on reconstructing Frankov's theory and finding a way to materialize that structure for us. It is possible. I simply know it.
You again.
Yuck. We're running out of storage space, you know? I'm done here. Want me to take care of this now?
Is there a problem?
Listen, Jan, we're fed up with your mistakes.
What do you mean, fed up? What is this?
Morale is at an all-time low. You need to reevaluate your priorities or else.
What exactly do you want me to improve?
Unfortunately, when you're dependent on the work of others, sometimes you need to give in to irrational demands. Some of us want better food. Just let them have it.
I hear you. I'll do what I can.
I'm done here. Should I do this now?
Hey man, I can see something's upsetting you.
Don't make it worse.
Love the attitude.
So what can I mean, what do you usually do when you're angry? Nothing usual about these circumstances. Oh, I don't know, Jan. I try to avoid people who irritate me.
All the more reason to throw yourself into work, right?
That's true. I'd like to get back to it.
We need more storage space, don't you think? What the hell is this thing?
A custom-built rubidium-infused electromagnetic field generator. Normally, electromagnetic waves operate on a limited frequency spectrum. But with the extreme nature of rubidium particles, the possibilities become infinite. The frequency spectrum can be stretched so that our waves will be able to penetrate all potential landscapes and disturb their magnetic fields. In effect, pulling the proximity plane towards us, just like a magnet.
Really? It's that simple?
I prefer the word elegant, provided it works as expected. It would be much more reasonable to test this theory in a safer environment before putting it to such extreme use.
Well, we don't seem to have the luxury of testing anything in a safe environment. So I guess we'll just have to close our eyes and push the button.
Maybe your ignorance is a blessing in this case. Because we don't have a choice. We are treading on thin ice here. Once activated, the module will start emitting an extremely powerful electromagnetic field affecting not only the outside world, but also inside the base. The effects are hard to predict, but it can be everything from instruments malfunctioning to the entire base being annihilated within minutes.
Sounds encouraging.
Once we turn this thing on and the internal structure materializes, you will need to act quickly. Climb it as fast as you can, penetrate the prism entanglement, place the fragmenting device there, and press start. While you're up there, the rest of us will be fighting to keep the base in one piece. And if there's anything I can tell you for sure, it's that we will not be able to hold the fort for long.
So, I only get one shot.
Exactly. That's why it's vital that we have all hands on deck.
Good point. The team's not ready for this kind of challenge.
Then make sure it is, because we'll need to be flawlessly prepared. Battery packs, robust radiation protection, abundant repair kits on stock. There'll be no time to resupply, no way for you to come back to the base mid-mission, and no time for the rest of us to take care of anything other than protecting the base from falling apart.
And here I was, thinking you'd give me a pep talk.
Well, you're getting cold facts instead. Here's one crucial point. It will be wisest to start in the morning. We don't know how long it will take you to get up there, and the last thing you'd want to encounter is night radiation on top of that structure.
What if you can't hold it up for as long as I need? And the whole thing dematerializes while I'm up there?
Like I said, you'll need to be fast, and we'll need to be strong.
Right.
When you're ready to start, go to the foot of the structure and call me on the radio. On your signal, I'll activate this beast, and we'll see what kind of hell we've unleashed.
To the safer evacuation area.